The homeowners who are going to call a restoration company in the next 2 years, they exist right now. They're in your market. They're on their phones. And almost nobody in your industry is talking to them. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how restoration companies build a pipeline full of future customers before they ever have a loss. And why that's the highest leverage marketing move in this industry. I'm Alex with Redux Marketing, and we build revenue engines for restoration companies across the US. We help restoration owners stop starting from zero every month and start building a brand that actually compounds. So when a homeowner has an emergency, they already know who to call. In the previous video, we talked about the red ocean versus the blue ocean. The red ocean is where every restoration company is fighting over the same 2 to 3% of homeowners who have an active loss right now. Emergency searches, lead aggregators, insurance referrals. This is a brutal, expensive place to compete. The blue ocean is the other 97 to 98%. It's the homeowners who do not have a claim today, but they will. Maybe in 6 months, maybe in 2 years, maybe the next time a hard freeze hits their city, or a storm rolls through, or an appliance fails at midnight. That audience is massive. They're reachable. And they're almost completely ignored by every other restoration company in your market. Here's the problem. Most restoration owners know that this is true, but they have no idea what to actually say to that audience. What do you talk about when someone doesn't have a problem yet? How do you stay relevant to someone who does not need you right now? That is what I'm going to break down for you today. What most restoration companies do when they try to market beyond emergency searches is one of two things. They post generic content. You know, we do fire damage or we do water damage restoration, call us. And that does nothing because it sounds like every other company in their market. There is no reason for a homeowner who is fine right now to stop scrolling for that. Or they post nothing because they just can't figure out what to say. So they default back to chasing emergency leads and they tell themselves that they'll figure out that content piece later. Later never comes and that pipeline never compounds. Generic content fails because it's aimed at the wrong moment. It's trying to close someone who's not ready to be closed yet. A homeowner that has no active damage does not care that you respond fast or that you have great reviews. Not yet anyways. They're not in buying mode. They don't have an active situation. They're in living their life mode. What they will stop for is something that's relevant to their life right now. Information that helps them. A heads up about something that they did not know. A tip that saves them money or prevents a problem. That's the type of content that earns attention before the emergency. Here's how you build a content strategy that reaches that 97%. Step number 1, know what your audience is actually worried about before they have a loss. Homeowners are not thinking about restoration companies, but they are thinking about their home. They worry about their pipes when it gets cold. They see news stories about battery fires from electric vehicles and wonder if their garage is at risk. They have old appliances that they've been meaning to replace. They live in areas with storm seasons or wildfire exposure or even an aging housing stock. Your job is to meet them where their mind already is. And that means creating content that speaks to those real, existing concerns. A short video about what to do when temperatures drop to protect your pipes. A post about the rise of battery fires and what homeowners should know. A seasonal checklist with storm prep for your specific region. You're not selling anything with these, you're being useful, and useful gets remembered. Step number 2, show up consistently in the right places. This is not about going viral. This is about being present. One piece of educational content per week, every week, aimed at homeowners in your market. Short videos, posts, tips, answers to questions that real homeowners are actually searching for. Over time, that content builds an invisible audience. People who have actually seen your name, watched your videos, read your tips. They don't know they're being marketed to. They just know you're the company that helps them understand their home. And step number 3, make sure that your brand is ready when they are. All of that content points somewhere. Your Google business profile, your website, your reviews. And when a homeowner who's been watching your content for 6 months suddenly has water pouring through their ceiling at midnight, they're not going to Google from scratch. They're going to remember you, but they are going to verify you before they call. That means your GBP needs to be dialed in. Your reviews need to be recent and strong. Your website needs to convert someone in a panic at 2 a.m. The content will bring them to the door, but everything else needs to be ready to close them when they arrive. It works because you're compressing the trust timeline. In emergency marketing, you have about 30 seconds to earn the trust of someone who's in crisis and has never heard of you. That is almost an impossible ask. Your reviews, your website, your ad, all of it has to work perfectly in a very short window against a homeowner who's stressed, scared, and already comparing you to 3 other companies simultaneously. And when you've already been showing up for that homeowner for months before the loss, that trust is already there. You're not starting from scratch. You're confirming what they already believe about you. That is a completely different conversation. And it happens faster, at a higher rate, and with less friction. The companies who figure this out do not just get more leads. They get better leads. Homeowners who already trust them, who are not price shopping, who called them first and only them. The restoration companies that build this kind of presence in their market start seeing something shift after about 90 days of posting consistent content. They start getting calls from people who say things like, "I've been following you for a while. I watched that video you made about pipes. And now I have a situation. I knew exactly who to call." That is not luck. That is the 97% strategy working. That homeowner found you before they needed you, stayed connected without even realizing it, and called you first when that moment came. That is what a revenue engine does. It does not just respond to demand. It builds the relationship before the demand even exists. Drop ready below and we'll send you our before you run ads checklist.